Okay, we have another trade here on Caterpillar from December 12th of 2025. This is a, let's go ahead and, sorry, I'm looking at my wrong listing here. So on the market, let's go ahead and unlock this. We'll relock it, all charts, and we'll check out the Wilshire 5000 and see what the charts were doing on that candle that day. So this is a second candle of the day, second 233-minute candle. So we have straight line information going down here, and also on at least 2 out of 4, if not 3 out of 4 on the daily. We'll check the Russell also. We'll go back to Caterpillar at that point. So the Russell also straight line information down. We got one, and maybe, yeah, we don't have straight line down on the daily on the Russell, but it looks like it very well could be turning down. So we'll go back to Caterpillar. We'll check the earnings at this point were a while ago, 2.5 months ago, or a month and a half ago, but not within a window to worry about going forward. So for the call of the weekly candle color, this could be red or doji. This is actually kind of a tough one. This is hard to call red to me, but very well. You have this red, this coming down. This is deeply cocked. It has been for a long time. It's down by my yellow line here. So I said yellow. You have all these up auto wave lines. If I talk myself into it, it's possible. And there's 60 points before you reach this. So there's room to go before you impact this. So red seems very reasonable. On my page, I have red or doji / red. Let's go to the 3-day. We have stock RSI and we have MACD. On the daily, we're on the top Bollinger Band. MACD, this isn't really, not quite there. The trigger fired, but that's still like 5 pieces of hard evidence. On the 233, we have 1, 2, 3, at least 3 pieces. This is probably maybe not this previous candle. So we do have, and as far as the proximity to the 13 and the 21, we closed under the 13, which is flat, and just right above the flattening 21 is getting pretty close. So if you look at, as far as the confidence level, I said 7. I never say 10 though, but a pretty high confidence. This is a little bit of a concern right here on the daily. If I were to do kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? A predictive paragraph, being impacted by this seems quite likely, and then this is rising pretty quickly. So anyway, I said if I were to do an auto wave calculation, probably, like, I took off these numbers because they just get in the way. 535 to 595, 60 points divided by 2. Subtract that off of the current stock price, and that's about 570. I didn't think it was likely that it was going to reach 570 with, this rising and moving average line, and that would be below here. So I said instead the 2 weeks from now, the week 4 December, 585 puts, 585. So they need to get down to 580 in order for that to be right, and that felt reasonable. So let's go ahead and move forward. Let me make sure. All right, I gotta fix this super fast. Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead. 2 candles moving in my direction. So we'll keep going into the 3 candle rule. So at this point, the down auto wave line, basically a doji right there, which I didn't write down. And then you have the 34, stock RSI is less than 20, and actually it's not cocked. And there's no continuation anymore. No continuation. Oh yeah. Okay, on the daily there's none. and the weekly there is, or the 3-day there is also none. So I said it's moved in my direction, could pause here, but likely to move further, staying. A pause right here on this 34 seems very likely, and even if you look over here, it's at 9 points or so below the current price. So we'll keep going. One more candle. Okay, yeah. So we have the bottom Bollinger Band and the rising 89. That basically counts as one. We have the down auto wave line, stock RSI less than 20. You could actually say that's crossing or about to cross position 1. And we have this is cocked now. That's what actually how I had it written. The green is yeah, and then you have continuation right here. On the daily, you have down auto wave line, and really that's it. You also have continuation on the 3-day. There isn't any. I said there's still room to go. Staying, I think there is some room right here. Seems possible. So we'll go another candle. And I said a pause was expected. Really, it has the same criteria of note. This green directional movement line is kinked down now. That's kind of useful information, but there is still a continuation on both of these. So I said stay. So I'm just going to bump forward a couple of candles, and this was a little bit of a challenging one for me. So the low right here was 562 for the close of the candle, at least 563, then down to 562. Bumps up from 562, so $5 higher, and then $2 lower or so. From here, it just kind of sticks on this 89, and this one was a little bit of a challenge. The ideal exit was the 17th, probably right here. One of these, right here, there was basically 3 candles, and it didn't move lower. I was looking at the 3-day thinking, hey, there's room right here. These are kind of pointed down, these indicators. So we'll just move forward just a little bit to see what actually happened. So yeah, that's where it goes on the 22nd. So any of those still would have been a wonderful return, but we're trying to get the correct exit, especially with the 585 strike price. So that was kind of an interesting trade to kind of consider. Let's just bump back to the beginning and watch what happened again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So a pause there on the 34 right here. And then from there, it had a nice additional move. So from 589 to 563, so 26 points. Is that right? Yeah, about 26 points. That's a nice move. And so at that point, pausing on this 89 was what felt likely, but that was as far down as it was going to go. It wasn't going to reach this 55, and it wasn't going to get down to this 21. So I think this is a valuable trade to kind of review. The one I just recorded right before this, the one from January 1st or January 2nd of 2026, so just a few weeks after this one. And that one exited after basically 4 233-minute candles, looking for the exit. In this case, what are we looking for in the exit? If you're looking at exit criteria, we had like how many you count up here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We only had about 4. We had 1, 2. These two, basically the moving average and the bottom Bollinger Band would count as 1. Then you have the down auto wave line. 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we actually have 6 on that candle. which is a good number, even with continuation. I know we don't really count numbers at this point, but there are signals that this trade is likely coming to an end. So I guess I'll just stop here. That is Caterpillar in December 2025.